Hey everyone, Earthy Wise Woman here. It has been a while since I have made a herb video, and no excuses. It's just that life happens. And today is going to be a long one, so I'm telling you in advance. Sit down, get a notebook ready, and be ready to take some notes. By the way, if you like my videos, please below like and subscribe to my channel, because by doing that it raises the algorithms and other people can see it and learn. So blessed be. Now today um we have a special all the way around. I did something I generally do not do to prove a point. I went to the grocery store, my local grocery store near my home, and I literally bought the magical herb of the day. Today we are going to be talking about corn silk. It's still in the package. See that? You can see it's in corn silk and it's in Spanish above. Um, you can get this to prove a point. This is absolutely at the grocery store, and this is absolutely a magical herb. You do not have to go to an expensive botanica. You do not have to order online at some expensive metaphysical store to buy this. This is literally at my local grocery store. Okay, I'm going to put this down because there's something else I want to show you. Today, I am not going to be speaking just off the cuff or anything. Today, I'm going to do something special because years ago, I did a ritual using corn silk. And for some of you practitioners know that when one does a ritual, one copies it in their BOS, or, which I was about to say, Book of Shadows. Now, I have many books of shadows. However, this particular Book of Shadows was given to me many moons ago. It's made out of wood. No, that's not being disrespectful. And it's tied with a leather strap, and inside is parchment paper. Now, I'm not going to show you the inside of my BOS. That's very private and it's very personal. But I will let you know the reason it's made like this is so that you can add pages to it. Now, today I'm going to open up my book. As you can see, this is so uh, Grandma Susie-ish like. And I'm going to read to you out of my Book of Shadows, from my notes, the properties and the uses of corn silk. So it's going to get to the right page, and here we go. So let's get ready, everybody. Get your paper, your pencil ready, and let's start talking about corn silk. First of all, corn silk, it does carry magical and spiritual properties. Now, usually when I talk about herbs, we are taking it from the the Wiccan perspective. Today, we're going to go more. We're going to go to the Native American traditions. Okay, so let's continue reading. Corn silk carries magical and spiritual properties of fertility, rejuvenation, and protection. Because it is part of the corn plant, it shares in the abundant powers of corn itself, which is growth, sustenance, and of course, prosperity. All right. And it's been worked, you can work with it and work it into things like charms, satchels, or offerings. Very good offering. Corn silk helps attract renewal, um, security, and blessings for your family and for your home. It's been known to be used as a shield against negativity, and it supports and starts new beginnings, which is an important thing. And it is honored. Now, listen to me closely. It is honored in Native American traditions and uh, a wider adjacent folklore, not just in Native American. I have found corn just itself in several traditions. I'm going to read on because I'm skipping ahead. I'm sorry. Corn silk is a potent reminder of the corn mother's blessing. Now, the corn mother is a prominent deity in Native American culture, and she represents abundance, okay, and growth. But she also represents being mindful of the land and your needs. I will explain that later. All right, but let's read on. The corn mother's blessings of life and abundance. Okay, now some of my botanical notes here is in Zaemias, okay, are folk names. These are the folk names. Zaemias, uh, Mesa silk, mother's hair, um, and this is the dry corn silk, and it's planetary. In Native America is the sun, and its element is fire and earth. Okay, now if you were to use in a Wiccan perspective, its element would be let me get it right. Venus would be the planetary, and the element would be water. But that's Wicca. Let's take this from the Native American perspective, and that is the planetary is the sun, and the element is earth and fire. All right, and it is used in witchcraft and in folk magic. Corn silk symbolizes fertility, as I said, renewal, protection, and it carries the essence of the corn plant itself. Practitioners use it to bless the home with abundance. It's used to protect loved ones and encourage new growth in life's cycles. It can be placed in satchels for fertility, which I've used many times. For not for myself, but for others. It's burned for protection, or added for uh, prosperity charms to invite a steady wealth. Okay. Its magical property, it strengthens the family bonds and it safeguards emotional well being, while its spiritual properties speak to renewal, balance, and connection with the ancestral wisdom. And we go on. Okay. When we talk about corn in the Native American tradition, it's usually referred to as our mother, and in many Native American traditions, it is. It all right. It has deep ties to substance, to the culture, and spirituality. Corn silk, though humble, because it is, it's just the sheathing of the corn, is seen as to carry the same essence and ability to nurture, to protect, and renewal. It has been used in ritual offerings, protective charms, and even to symbolize the turning of the year and the promise of new life and an after harvest. I moved over because I was getting over in the corner. Okay, traditional energy and lore. This is important. And Zehemiah's has long been a central, okay, which is corn, a Zehemiah's has long been a central to the mythology of the Americans. Among the Zoni, the Hopi, and other tribes, corn represented life itself. And the stories tell of corn maidens who brought peace and prosperity and agriculture to their people. The corn mother archetype appears in many cultures in the Americas, in European harvest myths, and in border traditions worldwide. She embodies fertility. She embodies substance and the life and death rebirth cycle. Corn silk has corn silk as a part of the plant is seen as to carry this blessing to the corn mother. I'm sorry, the blessing of the corn mother. Now I said I would tell you something about the corn mother. The corn mother represents abundance and life. All right? And every year she carries her corn and she stands and she shakes it off and scatters the corn seeds all over the world. She stands and she does a dance and she shakes off the seeds and she scatters the corn seeds all over the world. Now, in the Western lore, corn is related to grains or linked to deities. Now, these deities, listen to the deities: Demeter, Isis, Essel de Torah, and even the Virgin Mary, reflecting the university, or no, I don't like that word, the universal knowingness of the grain mother figure. She's everywhere. Blessed be. So I'm just going to, her deities associated with corn, once again, planetary, we said it was the sun. And element was fire and earth. And the deities associated with corn is the corn mother, Demeter, Isis, Esle, Dentor, and the Virgin Mary. Now, some of the ways you can use it, even though I could have stopped there, but I'm going to tell you some of the ways you can use this. So we're going to go through folk magic here. You can burn dried corn silk with sage and with cedar. Now, when we dry it with sage and cedar, that is for protection and it's for renewal. We can add it to satchels. And when we add it to satchels, we do this for fertility, for prosperity, and for family blessings. So we can take that corn silk, add it to a satchel, and hang it somewhere in the central part of your home to bring blessings into your home. Now, in candle magic, it's placed around a gold or green candle, and we do this for abundance. We do it for new growth, prosperity. We can add it to a floor wash. So when you're washing the floors, all right, we want to strain it out a bit, to add to washes. And we do this. So you take some, strain it through your water to add it to your floor wash. We do this for protection. We do this for peace. So you will start at the back of the house and wash everything from the back all the way out to the front and wash away